Live encoder settings, bit rates, and resolutions. In our last video, we showed you a comprehensive guide on how to get your encoding software up and running before going live, so by now you should be more than ready to start streaming. But there is one final aspect that you should learn how to manage so you can be prepared for any situation, and that is knowing to configure your live encoder settings. The main settings that you can configure in encoder to make sure that your streams are of the highest quality include bit rates and resolutions. The configuration of these two values will depend on your bandwidth and the stream options that you use at a particular time. First off, you need to get into your encoding software settings menu and enter the following information as presented here. Note that these are the ideal settings as recommended by YouTube to comply with the technical specifications and requirements that the streaming platform was built upon. Set protocol as RTMP flash streaming. Set video codec as H.264, appearing in some encoders simply as X264. Set frame rate as from 30 to 60 frames per second or FPS, depending on your internet connection, as streaming at 60 FPS can be overtly demanding on bandwidth. Set keyframe frequency as from 2 to 4 seconds tops. Set audio codec as AAC or MP3. Set bitrate encoding or bitrate control as CBR. Some advanced settings as recommended by YouTube can be configured as follows. Pixel aspect ratio as square. Frame types as progressive scan, 2 B frames and 1 reference frame. Entropy encoding as CABAC. Audio sample rate as 44.1 kHz, although such value is a common default audio sample rate on most encoders. Audio bitrate as 128 kbps stereo, or simply as 128. Note that some of these values can be named differently from one encoder to the other, so bear this in mind when doing your configuration. If you are streaming using the Stream Now option, it will not be necessary for you to configure anything else beyond what you have already configured into your encoder software, as YouTube will automatically detect those settings and adapt accordingly. Now when you stream using the Events option, you will have greater control over the quality of your streams. This means that you will need to make some adjustments on your live control room before you can start streaming your event. So go to the Ingestion Settings tab in your live control room. You can use the basic ingestion settings to select and enable a max resolution and bitrate for your live stream. You can select to stream from 240p up to a maximum of 1440p at 60 frames per second. Or you can select Custom Ingestion and click on Create New Stream. Give a name, a description, and define its custom resolution and bitrate. It is useful to use this option and create several custom ingestions if you plan to use different streaming ingestions for different types of broadcasts. Now click on the Select Your Encoder drop-down menu and choose one from the list. If your encoder is not listed, simply select Other Encoders. Now copy the stream name and the server URL that you will be using for your stream and paste it into your encoder. Now your settings are set, and whether you're streaming using the Stream Now or Events option, you'll only need to click on Start Streaming in your encoder to go live now.